Hi everyone, it's Kino. I'm here on Waiheke Islands in beautiful New Zealand. This location is just so pretty, so I got inspired to make another clip. Well, one of the things that often comes up when you're practicing is how difficult backbending is. Now, backbending is a really difficult posture in the Ashtanga Yoga method, any yoga method. One of the easy tools to make backbending more efficient and more enjoyable is to really learn how to open your pelvis. So instead of just focusing on the lower back or even the whole spine, you can really locate the origin point of your backbend lower in the legs. And if we focus on opening the hip joint and really getting the pelvis nice and open, then that eases up the tension and eases up the demands that we place on our spine. So it's a really useful tool. Now, whenever I feel really stiff in my back bends, then I really, again, focus on opening the pelvis. So that's what we're going to do today, is open the pelvis with some nice, easy lunges. So we're going to start off with the right leg, and you want to start off with the feet and the back toes curled under and the hip right on top of the right knee, and then catching the strength of the lower pelvis. So that means you're going to suck inside the bandhas. If you're unfamiliar with the bandhas are, you can check out some of my other videos on those. If you just want to engage the pelvic floor, that's good enough for right now. So you want to suck the lower belly in, hold on to your hips, and then just bend as low down as you can. If you get down and you're comfortable, you can let your back toe curl under. Then you should feel a little openness happening in your right hip. And sometimes, to make that even deeper, you can kind of go down so that the hip reaches into the ground, and then you can come all the way back up. And you can kind of just hang out there until you can feel the hip open. Press a little into the left leg and just kind of get nice and cozy there. Then, once you've gotten cozy there, then you can come back up, and this is again going to help open the hip. You can lean back from the hip while pressing your pelvis forward, and you want to let that come right from there. And if you can reach back and just hold on to your back foot, and then come all the way back up. Then you can repeat a few times and just get down into the hip joint, sucking in the belly, and let that be nice and strong. And then lean over to get it all the way open. Come all the way back. And then lean back into the hip joint. Reach down. And then let's try the other side. Okay. So, the other side, left side, you can start off with the toes curled under, and I like that to start off just so you can really thrust into your legs and press into the ground. Then you're going to lean forward. Once you're forward, my left hip totally tighter than my right, so I feel that really strong along the left side. You can let those toes reach under, and then to relax, we're going to go forward, getting all the way down, placing that hip on the ground and kind of rolling over to the side, all the way back up. Then, once you're comfortable here, sit all the way back up on your knee, roll and kind of lean back and lean from the hip joint, not from your back, from the hip joint. The back bends a little, it's okay, but if you feel pressure in the back, you can just come right up. You're leaning right into the hip joint, reaching back, finding that heel, and you can press a little into the heel, come all the way back up, and let's do it again. Forward, until you feel the hip joint opening. This is really working to open the pelvis. Lean all the way down and forward, put the opposite hip on the ground, all the way back up. And then one more time. So after you get comfortable in the hip, pressing into that forward leg, and this also helps you feel the foundation of the legs, leaning back. And I really feel the left hip joint when I do this side. Leaning back, placing one hand, and this hand you can just let hang, or maybe all the way back. You can even let your head drop back if you're comfortable. And sometimes I like to stay a little stronger, a little longer on the side that's tighter, so I can definitely feel that on the left side. Now, if your back bends are tight, that's a really nice, easy intro into back bends. You could do it before your practice, you could do it after practice, or if you're practicing, an open style of yoga where you're mixing different postures, you could do that before back bend. Sometimes if I'm really, really tight, I can feel that I need that release in the lower stomach and the lower belly, and in the lower spine, actually, then it's really important to open the hip joints. Because if you just try to go, right into the lower back, you can feel compression, and then the vertebra can get sort of compressed on each other. But if you open the pelvis and you open the hip joints, then that can create a lot of release, and back bends can give you energy and can bring life and circulation into the body rather than discomfort, which, they're never supposed to really bring pain in the joints of the body. Emotional discomfort sometimes comes with back bends, but if you know how to open the body, then you can go into those back bends with more confidence, and opening the hip joints really brings a lot of good, solid foundation into your back bends. Hope you found it useful and you could open your pelvis. Thanks so much for watching.